Since have completed both the server setups, now we will move to the Light Client application. So based on the operating system, you will download the Soika Light Client application that connects securely. Now we will launch the Soika Mockingjay application. Once it is launched, we will start using the Soika Stack model. So in our Soika Stack server, we have created the model, deployed it as GPT OSs. The same model we are going to use it in the Light Client application. Just create an API key. If in case you have not saved the API key earlier, just create the API key and use that particular API key in the adding of the Soika Stack. Soika provides you the flexibility to use different models for different agents based on your requirement. So you can use different models for different agents. You have to just deploy the model or use it from the OpenAI. So that's how it is. Easily and quickly you can deploy the models in the Soika stack and use it in the Soika Mockingjay application. So once both the models are deployed, also we are deploying the embedding model as well in the Light Client application. This embedding model will help you to convert the text, images, or the audio video into the numerical vectors. So going forward, we will see when using the knowledge bases, this embedding models would be required. So you should use the same name, which the name which you have used in the Soika stack to deploy the model. So exactly the same name has to be used. You have to generate the API key and you can use the model in the Light Client application. Since both the models, the LLM as well as the text embedding models, are being deployed, and we can use it now. So for now, I would be using the GPT-4o mini as the LLM model. You can also use the vision models also. You can just toggle it as turn it on and save the changes. So once all the things are done, we will start creating our first agent, that is a general commercial agent. So you should always remember that while creating our agent, we should specifically mention whether we are going to create a general agent, a workflow agent, or a chat flow agent. So for this, you can see I have mentioned specifically create a general agent. This is used for conversation or basic task. Workflow agent is designed for predefined sequences and you can schedule those agents. So just by giving a natural language prompt to Soika, we can easily create an agent. For this use case, I am using a Asus commercial agent. I will create the agent, connect it with few of the tools and expose it to the Global Agentic Network. It is very important to mention what type of agent we are going to create in the prompt. Also, we should mention the role, context, and the purpose of the agent. So once all the details are being mentioned, Soika will start creating the agent. It might ask for certain few clarification in case what are the inputs it should have. Once you have given that, with the help of the agent generated tool, it will start creating the agent. This is an Asus commercial agent which will help to get all the product details from the database and send email to user based on the query. So you can also change the icon, the avatar of the agent if you wish to do that. So once the agent has been created just by giving a natural language prompt, and you can see the agent name and the ID, also it has been said that this is a general agent. So we will go to the general section. This is the analysis chart which will give you the total number of conversation, the active users, the number of tokens that has been used. Now the first thing, understanding the requirements and the functionalities of the agent, is the system instructions. So we provide the step by step instructions to the agent, what the agent should do. This is the place where you describe the role of the agent. So the prompt generator will help you to create the entire instructions if you just provide the keywords. Even with no coding experience, you can say things like greet the user, collect the user details. So based on the query, extract the details from the databases. So just apply the keywords which you have put and save the changes. Next, you can see on the right side of system instruction, there is knowledge base. So you can add the knowledge bases based on any company's files you wish to use, and everything remains on-prem. Nothing goes out to the cloud. So you can just drag and drop these files and you can use it. So this is the place where the embedding models are being used. Now, let's say you want your agent to be connecting to the tools. So, connecting agents to tools, connect it with the real world actions, right? Sending emails, updating the databases, where databases will give us the certain verified data. So, for this particular use case, I am using a no code databases. So, to access this tool, it is controlled via the tokens and the API keys to maintain. So, just click on the database token, give a name to the token, the new token which is being created, and just create the token. So for this use case, we will connect it with the default tools. So this is a database tool which is being connected. Now you can see that using the API token and the API URL, we have connected it with the BaseRow tool. So once the changes are being saved, next, let's assume that we also collecting all the details from the database, the product details of Asus. We wish to send the users the email. So for that, we have to authorize to the email tool. Now, to authorize to the email tool, we would be using the SMTP server and the IMAP server port details. So, if you want your agent to send email, you have to connect it with the send email tool using all the credentials. So, once all the details are being filled, the IMAP port, the email. Now, for to add the email, we have to create a password. For security reasons, we create an app password. This avoids exposing your main email credentials. So once you have created the password, by going to the app password, you can just type it in the Google as app Google password, and it will take you to the website. Just create a app password by giving an app name and just use this password in the application. So what the send email action will do, it will notify the users, it will send the all product details to the users if the user want all the details in the email. So you can see that we have authorized two default tool, one is the email, another one is the BaseRow to access all the product details. Next, we will move to the tools manager, which will enable the functionalities of each tool. For example, for BaseRow I want to extract all the details, so for that I will enable the functionality that is the get rows. For the send email tool, if user wish to get all the details in the email, I will enable the functionality of send email and save the changes. Until now, we have seen how to create an agent by just giving a natural language prompt, adding the step by step system instruction, connecting it with the default tools such as the email and the no code databases. In case you have added from any custom tool, you can enable the functionalities from the tools manager of the custom or the workflow tool. Now next we will move to the AI model, where we will select the AI model. Another advanced feature is that each agent can use a separate LLM. For example, commercial agent can use GPT-4o mini or GPT OSs, or any other, let's say finance agent can use a Llama 4 model. So once the model is interacted and the entire setup is being completed, we will start interacting with the agent by just giving a natural language prompt. So now you can just send a prompt to the agent, let's say hi, or what are the product details of Asus you are looking for. So let me start with interacting with the agents, and within less than second it is able to revert. Let's assume that I wanted to know the price of any of the laptop products from Asus, and I have given it a prompt. It is able to give me the price details, but before that it wishes to know my email ID and name, because that is the way how the system instructions are being provided. So using the database, that is the use get rows, it is able to give me all the details of that particular product. It will also check if you have any further queries. So you can just put a separate prompt to the agent asking for, let's assume that how many units of that particular product is being left. Once you mention no further queries, it will ask if you wish to get all the details in the email. If you give it a prompt as yes, then using the send email tool, it will share you all the details over your mail ID. So you can see that all the details are being shared in your mail ID, whatever is been seen in this application. So it has given me all the details of the Asus TUF gaming laptop, right from the model name, specification, what is the price, how many units are being left. So now we will move to the edit AI and we will change the visibility of the agent to public. So once the visibility of the agent is changed to public, once the agent is changed to public, let me introduce the Global Agentic Network, the world's first interconnected ecosystem where customers and companies connect through intelligent AI agents. Anyone can search for and interact with any company on the network, and their personal AI assistants can communicate on their behalf. You can see that I have added the Asus commercial agent. Anyone can search for the agents with just one click and add the agents and start interacting with it.